My name is Yoshikage Kira. I'm 33 years old. My house is in the northeast section of Morio, where all the villas are, and I am not married. I work as an employee for the Kameiyu department stores, and I get home every day by 8 p.m. at the latest. I don't smoke, but I occasionally drink. I'm in bed by 11 p.m. and make sure I get 8 hours of sleep no matter what. After having a glass of warm milk and doing about 20 minutes of stretching before going to bed, I usually have no problem sleeping until morning. Just like a baby, I wake up without any fatigue or stress in the morning. I was told there were no issues at my last checkup. I'm trying to explain that I'm a person who wishes to live a quiet, very quiet life. I take care not to trouble myself with any enemies, like winning and losing. That would cause me to lose sleep at night.
Oh boy.
That is how I deal with society, and I know that is what brings me happiness. Although, if I were to fight, I wouldn't lose to anyone. Okay, now I'm done.
I can't tell if you're done. I can't tell when it's done because you pause.
I am actually done now, unless I start looking up Yoshikage Kira quotes from the rest of it.
I was gonna say
you fucking pause, and then I start to talk, and then you're like, I get 8 hours of sleep every night.
Yeah, see how it fucking feels? Also, I don't know why. I don't know why I was forced to do this.
Because you were doing it, and I'm like, no, that's great. Stop. Like, save it for the podcast. And you're like,
I don't know why. But I don't know why. Because
they're like, well, if I would get into a fight, I wouldn't lose.
Because Revy just I needed an orb image because we do that for the episodes. And we don't really have a topic this week, unlike last week where I got Chris Fuck Boulders Redfield, even though we really didn't talk about Resident Evil.
Yeah.
But that was at least like a tangentially related topic. We didn't really have a topic, so Az's response is just to give me anything. And before, one thing that may have gotten us copyright claimed, but it's now irrelevant, Revy just came by with an image of Killer Queen from JoJo Part 4, but with a handsome Squidward face, which is perfect. And I don't know why, for some reason I just started doing the Yoshikage Kira thing in a Squidward voice.
I'm surprised you didn't do. I'm looking for someone to take my hand to go on nice picnics or some shit.
I mean, I don't know why. It really feels like we lost the plot at some point, and you were just like holding me hostage, waiting like, no, we're not starting until you do this.
Yeah, that's exactly what happened. I don't know why you say like.
We lost the plot, and the house was like, no, this is content. You got to save it.
Oh Jesus! So I didn't do much this week. I watched a bit of the new Fallout season.
Oh, but how's that going?
I got to Kaiser's Legion. And yes,
yeah, okay, sure.
I am saying it.
I know. Oh, you're a loyalist, are you?
That's what they call themselves. Kaiser's Legion.
That's what they call themselves because they suck.
So, I don't know. You okay if I ruin this episode?
Yeah, go for it.
Okay. So, I didn't know too much about this going in. Like, I think I may know the main twist I'm looking for. I don't know how the game relates to this, and I haven't seen the whole season. I've only seen I think episode 3.
Okay.
But what's her name? Lucy? I want to say yes. Lucy. Lucy and the ghoul hear a scream from the hospital. She goes in because she's a fucking idiot.
Yeah.
She uses her last sin pact to save this woman who's poisoned, and the ghoul sees another man that's poisoned and just slits his throat.
Cool.
And she gets all upsetty spaghetti. They get attacked by a rat scorpion. He gets stabbed. And then she's like, I'll come back for you later, but she needs help more than you right now. And then huffs off. And then the lady's like, you really should leave. I don't want you to get raped by the wrong people.
Oh?
Yeah, that's the exact line. And then Kaiser's Legion surrounds them, brings them back to camp, immediately slits that girl's throat because her Legionnaire died.
Yeah, right.
And they bring Lucy to quote-unquote Kaiser.
Sure.
And it's not. Like, it's not him. And you never find out.
Or at least where you are.
I don't know what you mean.
Well, you say you haven't finished the series yet, so you haven't found out.
I'm like
where
episode
you are.
3?
Yeah.
So, he might be dead. I'm just gonna say that. But
Okay.
she's greeted.
There's several reasons that Caesar would be dead.
Yeah.
She's greeted.
There's a big one.
Hold on, I want to figure out which brother it is. Hold on.
Which brother? Isn't it just Macaulay?
I think it's Macaulay.
Yeah, it's Macaulay.
Yep, it's Macaulay. She's greeted by
Mr.
Macaulay Culkin.
Mr. I think I mentioned this in an episode when we were talking
Did
about...
you?
Because I think I did, because I'm like, I haven't seen the season yet, but I saw some screen grabs of Macaulay Culkin playing a Legionnaire, telling the main protagonist she's going to get raped.
He's
being weirdly friendly about it, apparently.
Yeah, he's super friendly about how much of an asshole he is.
I mean, yeah.
I mean,
that was a couple Legionnaires in the game. They were just same as monstrous as anyone else, but they were weirdly diplomatic.
So, she just starts going off about how historically incorrect they are.
Nice.
Just starts going off that. First off, it's not Kaiser, it's Caesar. And then she goes off and like where Kaiser comes from and where Caesar comes from and how everything they have around the camp is incorrect and how everything should be other ways. And then they're like, oh, okay. And they just fucking hang her from across.
Yeah, no, like you do.
But before that, he very politely shows her around camp. And she's like, why are your two groups fighting each other? Aren't you both Kaiser's Legion? No, we aren't like those savages across the battlement. You see that man that is dead in the middle of the no man's zone? That is our previous Kaiser. He put a note on his body to say who the next Kaiser would be. And we have been fighting over that body ever since.
That sounds like an excellent way to troll a group of people.
I have been spoiled on what that is.
Go ahead.
Do you know what it is?
I think it says, I am Kaiser.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think Macaulay Culkin's group, whoever his character's group, manages to like fight to that part, gets to Caesar's corpse, and after learning the truth of the Legion is, I am the Legion. It dies with me.
Ah, nice.
And so they're just devastated.
So
he could eat it and then just say whatever he wants, though. Like
true. But no one. But again, no one would have believed him. But I don't know what happens after that. Just that's the hit.
The ghoul
pointless. Now, I'm sorry. Did they make it clear that the person in No Man's Land is the original Caesar?
They made it sound like that. Yes.
Okay. Caesar. As
well,
in, oh my god, I forget his fucking name.
I don't know, but they made it sound like that. Also, I might have seen the Courier.
Cool.
But he doesn't really do anything other than smack the ghoul in the face with a fucking rifle.
Nice.
The ghoul goes to the NCR to try to help Lucy. And they're basically nothing anymore. They were just a small outpost. Like, we're winning this war, and he like looks around like, you call this winning?
And winning is relative.
Yeah, the whole Shady Sands got like astronomically fucked and blown up. It's like to hell. It doesn't exist.
Have they described why or like who nuked Shady Sands?
Yes.
Who was it? What happened?
I don't know. Have you watched season 1?
No.
Well, obviously not. Because you're asking me this question.
Oh well, there you
go. So you know how Lucy like starts off going to look for her father, right?
Yes.
Her father nuked it.
Nice. Why?
So that God, fuck. Okay, so let me finish Kaiser. Let me finish Kaiser first.
Summarize the entire thing.
Yes, you are. But let me finish Kaiser, and then we'll circle back. Okay?
Oh, we don't have to. We can just tell you good show, and you can.
So far, good show. So far, good show. The ghoul goes to Kaiser's Legion, and he's like, I have something you want, and they're like, okay, and you give it to me, and I'll take the girl, and they're like, or we could just kill you. We could torture you until you give us what we want, and we kill you. And he's like, well, I'm not gonna. First off, that's not really gonna help with me. Second off, I got something you really want. The location of the last holdout of the NCR. And then they get all fucking hard over that.
Yeah, right.
He takes Lucy, he walks away, and as Kaiser Legion has this big, prepping up battle scene where they get everything, the ghoul just hits a button and the entire, the camps just start exploding, and then all the Kaiser Legion just starts charging each other because they think that they started fighting each other.
Right. Yes, you do.
That's how that ends.
Where are they anyway? Where's the camp?
Bumfuck nowhere, from what I can tell.
It might be the original hill. That
It might be.
At in the game.
Well, they're in this ravine. The ghoul and Lucy were looking down at them from this big hill. So I don't know.
Okay, then it would.
But
They moved off the hill.
here's the thing: the vault that Lucy's from, there's 3 vaults connected to each other.
You cut out there for a bit. There's what?
So the vault that Lucy's from, don't ask me for the number, I don't know. There's 3 vaults. They're all connected to each other with one in the center. Lucy is from the center vault. Every manager from the second and the third vault, I could be getting the numbers fucked up. But anyways, let's just call it left vault, center vault, right vault. Every leader from the center vault and the right vault has come from the left vault. Only people from the left vault can be the overseer.
Okay.
So
That's dumb.
they aren't just overseers too. They are other high member places. But every time an overseer dies, or someone from left vault dies, they're replaced by someone else from left vault.
Sure.
So there's a time where right vault is invited in. So they're invited into center vaults so they can have they can do this exchange of God, how do I put this lightly?
Deeds?
Fuck buddies.
Fucking. Yeah, fucking.
So there's not so much, because cousin fucking is a big thing in center vault. It's a huge thing in center vault.
Well, I mean, after so many generations, you're
Yeah, that's
related.
That's the point. She actually goes to a meeting to discuss her fertility and how much she's fucked her cousin.
Yeah. It's going to happen unless you do something else.
Yeah. So they go. The right vault visits the center vault. Lucy gets married. Lucy boinks him. Turns out everyone from right vault is a raider because they broke into right vault, killed everyone there, and then when they were in the center vault, they started a kill frenzy.
Cool.
Also, one of the people with the raiders, I don't know if she was part of the raiders or just hired them. I think she hired them. Knows the father, said the father did something fucking unspeakable, and takes the father away while causing horrible damage to the vault.
Huh.
Lucy goes after them.
So Fallout 3.
Yeah, kinda, but along the way she finds out that Sandy, what's it called? The place where fucking NCR's from. Shady Sands. Shady Sands. Is a fucking crater.
Right.
And she goes and finds the person that kidnapped her father. And she's sitting next to a skeleton. And she's like, would you like to meet your mother? And she's just, no, what? It wasn't a skeleton. It was a ghoul. It was this really fucked up skeleton ghoul. I remember now. And she was petting the ghoul's hand. Her mother and her fell in love and she ran away with her. And the father, being unable to take that, fucking sent them a nuke.
I'm kind of losing what you're saying.
Yeah. Yes. So
it seems like you're really summarizing a very complex plot.
I am. You find out shortly after that, like, he was one of the top heads of Vault-Tec.
Oh, sure.
He, that wasn't even part of their fucking plan.
So how is he a top of Vault-Tec?
So, their big thing was to basically fund a bunch of experiments that would help them, like, take over the world in the images that they would want. Like, one of the big experiments that he likes is mind control. That's his big thing.
Okay.
You don't find that out until season 2. I'm pretty sure the nuke was just him being petty. That's the kind of guy he is.
Cool. How is he an executive of Vault-Tec 200 years later?
Okay, so yeah. You remember how I said there's 3 vaults and everyone from the left vault could only be the overseer and run shit?
Yeah.
They are all the frozen, like, executives of Vault-Tec.
So Fallout 4!
Yeah.
Was that it? Oh God, was that the Institute?
At the very least, I'm just meaning a vault where it's frozen people. It's
Exactly. Like the beginning of Fallout 4.
That's all I mean.
He's very good.
I don't know if they explain where the Fallout 4, the Institute's people come from in Fallout 4. As far as I know, they're just randos.
Yeah, I genuinely don't know. He's very, very good at manipulating people. Like, he's exceptionally good at manipulating people. And his son tries to investigate what's going on, and he actually gets stuck in Left Vault. Like, the robot that runs it doesn't let him leave and, like, permanently locks it. And he runs out of food very quickly, and he's like, I don't know what to do. So he's like, you know what? Being smart's difficult. I'm just gonna cause some fucking chaos. And he unfreezes every fucking, like, manager in the room.
So is the idea, it's like, okay, you get unfrozen, then they die, then the next person gets unfrozen, they're boss. And
no,
like, they keep people...
Here's what he does. He makes them...
No, I'm saying that was the plan.
Yeah, the original plan was
but by releasing them all at once, there's not enough positions of power for all of them to share it, so they all just start fucking each other over.
Well, no, because when the sun unfroze them all, he made them think that it was all a test for them. Like, this is a test for you to find out if you really belong with us. Find a way to escape. And then he leaves by literally climbing up them like a fucking ladder.
Nice.
kind of like his father.
Like you do.
Oh, that's great. No, but this guy is weirdly, like, the father is weirdly
charismatic.
Yes, but also he's very particular about things. So
autistic.
There's a the mind
good representation.
He probably is autistic. I think he is. He has mind control. I think was made by Mr. House. I think he has a fascination with Mr. House.
Sure, why not?
Hey, who the fuck doesn't? Am I right?
I haven't gotten to Mr. House yet, but he's mentioned, like, every other fucking scene. By the way, Victor's in it.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, boy.
He's a friend of the Ghoul. Well, he's an old friend of the Ghoul. So he has... The mind control thing is something you put on the neck. And then you, like, crank up the velocity and they listen to you more, but crank it up too much, their head explodes.
Does it kind of look like the bomb collars?
No. It's like a little square you put on the back of their neck.
Yeah, I was just about to ask if it was the bomb collars.
It, like, literally, like...
That would have been a fun call.
It, like, literally burns into their spine.
Nice.
So he starts with mice. So he drives all the way down in this golf cart to grab a mouse from livestock and gently carries it back in one hand, and then tries to get it to work on the tiniest little computer you've ever seen by cranking it up. But it doesn't work, and his head explodes, and it gets blood all over the glass and on his face. So he's like, okay. And then he drives back. He's completely clean, by the way. He drives back, grabs another mouse in his hand, and then drives all the way back, puts him back in a completely clean case, starts trying it, and then explodes and gets blood everywhere, and on him. And he's like, fudge. So he drives back, grabs one mouse, holds it in his hand, drives all the way back to the completely clean kit. And the entire time I'm like, my dude, take a few! Just take a few! Like, make a splash shield, something. But he just refuses. He just keeps doing the same fucking thing over and over. Like, expecting a different outcome.
I mean, if it works.
Eventually he does give up. And he decides to start using human test subjects, like the people that paid a lot of money to get into the high-class vault. Yeah. He finds one dude, and he's like he has the thing on his neck, so he's confused. He's like, no, you don't understand. I paid extra to be a VIP. It's like, yes, I've been looking over your registration here. It seems you have a family, a wife and a kid, but you bought one ticket. It's like, I couldn't afford more than one ticket.
That would have pissed me off so much if I was actually watching the show and didn't know of it beforehand.
Like it pissed him off too. Like it really pissed him off.
Okay, I'm sorry. I know I'm just hearing this from you. I'm not actually watching the show yet, but it's like, oh, what? You need to like listen, it's Fallout and it's Vault Tech. We all know that everyone who's involved in this at a high level is a fucking subhuman piece of shit. You don't need to also explain further why this guy is evil.
Well, no,
he deserves
the
it.
reason why
you don't need the main villain to like have a slightly better moral compass. He's the main villain.
He doesn't have a moral compass. It kind of makes you realize just how fucked he is, honestly. He's like, no, you see, here at Vault Tech, we believe that family matters. It was on our tagline, after all. He truly, he so fucking believes in the spirit of the company, but not the letter. He's you
mean the reverse.
No, I mean the former.
How? He doesn't, though.
No, because later on, he's like, he says to him, you should have read the fine print. He's like, I did. It's like, oh, good, because I didn't.
All right, I'm starting to think I need to watch this for myself before I actually, question what you're describing.
Yeah. He's such a weird fucking goofball. And it's weird, because, in the first season, you get that something's probably off, but he's so nice and caring to people. He obviously cares about his daughter. He obviously cares about the vault.
Are you sure?
Yeah. Well, he cares about his daughter. He definitely cares about his daughter. He loves his daughter. The reason why he blew his wife up is because his wife left him. That's the reason why he blew his wife.
Oh, well, I mean, if that's the only reason.
I mean, I'm not saying he's a good person. I'm trying to explain this guy's psyche.
All right.
He even leaves a message for his daughter, asking him to please stop following him, with a mind control by mind controlling someone before the dude's head explodes. Mm-hmm. Oh, speaking of, holy shit, the guy that delivers the nuke to Shady Sands.
Yes.
I'm watching it, and we have it down low so the kiddo doesn't wake up, right? And I just see on the screen, patrolling the Mojave makes you wish for a nuclear winter. I'm like, no, shut the fuck up.
Oh, they did you pointed at the screen and you screeched and you hollered.
But here's the thing, and then it shows the guy, and then he says it again, and I'm like, okay, funny. And then it shows the guy, and he says it again with people, reacting to him weird. And then he walks in center of town, and he just keeps fucking saying the line. And then he drops. And then everyone's like, yo, you okay? And it looks like he's dehydrated. It looks like he's been walking forever, and he's just repeating, the last thought he's fucking had.
Right.
But then they turn around, and they see the thing on his neck. So, what the fuck? And then the father that's in the scene. This is you know the Brotherhood soldier guy that it shows in all the advertisements and everything?
Yes.
Yeah.
He was from Sans. His father was this really, really nice dude that like fixed like water purifiers and shit.
Sure.
He goes up and he pulls the things off and he finds a nuke. He starts screaming for everyone to leave. And he starts disarming it. And he does disarm it. But then a screen comes up saying failed safe activated. He's like,
nice.
No.
On today's episode, Mizu randomly explains scenes from the Fallout series.
Do you have something better, bitch?
Correct.
I mean, I thought you were going to like more summarize the series rather than just kind of like, this scene was fun, let me explain it in detail.
Oh my god.
Explain this fever dream of...
Well, fine, you fucking talk about something. Jesus.
It was kind of fun. I mean,
you're doing a good job.
It was kind of fun for a bit to like learn about some of the shit that was happening, but now you're explaining like individual joke scenes, and it's like this doesn't work.
Okay, fine. You take it away.
You still got like 15 minutes to go.
It's a Straid podcast. No. Let's go. Straid podcast. Let's go.
I did the impression of Yoshikage Kira.
You what? You're right.
Squidward.
Revy podcast. Go.
My contribution is done. If you want, I can talk about the thing I wanted to talk about last week.
I don't care. Go ahead.
What was that?
Cool. It was Knight of the Seven Kingdoms.
Yeah, that's right.
Wait, was that book?
Was it that book? Yes, it was. Is it also the show? Yes, it is.
Oh, it's a show?
So it is. So Knight of the Seven Kingdoms was, well, it is a series of 3 novellas set in the A Song of Ice and Fire universe that is generally called the Dunk and Egg series. And so it takes place about 100 years before the events of Game of Thrones. And it stars a random-ass hedge knight named Dunk and this little bald kid that tags along with him named Egg. And from that, it becomes a intensely well-written series, an intensely well-acted series centered around a very short time span in a very small area on a like weirdly small scale in comparison to the actual Game of Thrones series itself, that I think has single-handedly actually gotten me back into the series.
Damn. That's something because I remember people were upset.
Upset doesn't begin to describe it. It's like people wanted to think that Game of Thrones no longer existed. Like the final season was so bad and so mishandled that it took something that was so like entrenched in the cultural lexicon and the zeitgeist for that time.
So,
and was just fully got removed.
I'd like to interrupt right here for one very specific reason. So, when Game of Thrones was a massive thing, I did not watch it, like, at all. I managed to keep up with things because I had a bunch of coworkers that would talk about it.
Mm-hmm.
However, I watched the end of season 7 with some friends, and then I ended up watching all of season 8. And, like, season 8 was such a shit show that, like, I had no will to go back and rewatch the other 6 seasons. And two, yes, it was so bad that I was, like, almost justified in not watching it, because as soon as that season ended, nobody talked about Game of Thrones after, like, the only thing was how shitty the season was, and then nothing else. Like, it was just a collective agreement of it doesn't exist.
And so that's kind of where everyone got off. And now apparently, a House of Dragons came out too. That's kind of also a prequel. I have not seen it. I have not read that part. I haven't gotten into it at all. So I don't know. But apparently it was like roughly described as a bit mid. And also, it was too close to Game of Thrones' final season that people are still kind of cold on the series.
Yeah, I heard it. I didn't hear anything good about House of Dragons. It was just kind of like it was okay at best.
If you were still into the universe, but the fact that this is a part of it is that this series, as it stands right now, I don't know if they're going to deal with more seasons after this. I would hope so. It's one season, 6 episodes, about 45 minutes each. It's very digestible. So that's what I was saying when it's like, when we did the episode last week, it really just took me Sunday and Monday to just binge watch it all. And I kind of regret doing it like that because this was doing something that I really want more shows to do, which is, like I've said before, I want more shows to just go back to a weekly format to let things digest. But I kind of broke my own rule because if I had to, multiple episodes for this, if I had to wait another week for the next one, I think I would have murdered someone. This really made me care about several individual characters, not just our main guys.
Yeah.
That I was and left on such solid cliffhangers for multiple of these episodes that I desperately wanted more.
So how early in the how much earlier does this take place versus the other events?
This is roughly 100 years before the start of Game of Thrones.
Oh, so they've got plenty of runway to do shit with.
Well, they're talking Targaryen, so I imagine it has to be pretty far in the past.
Well, I mean,
well, yes, that is part of this. Is in the middle of the Targaryen rule of Westeros, but it's during their rule. It's after the dragons are gone. So part of the thing is the Targaryens are in power, and one of their guys is the king on the throne. Not everyone really likes them, and it's not like they have an ultimate hold on the throne like they used to when there were big fuck off lizards helping them out.
Is this guy infested with incest madness?
Oh, there's a guy. There is a fun bit, and I know I'm doing what I just criticized you for, which is I'm describing a joke scene.
Yeah. Go fuck yourself. But continue.
but there is one instance of a person saying, "Yeah, I don't know about the Targaryens," and the guy's response is, "They're incestuous fucking aliens. What are you talking about?" And and the guy saying it is a really nice guy otherwise, and is pretty chill all told. He just goes on this fucking rant about the Targaryens.
Oh my god.
That is full of shit like that. It's incredible. And it's you know what? Yeah, people are not really happy with them, and they kind of have no reason to kowtow anymore. And obviously the main antagonist of the series is Joffrey, but slightly more competent, and that makes him shitty.
The best part of Joffrey was just how fucking crazy he was.
I mean, this guy is less crazy and more straight up just sociopathic.
I mean, but also
the guy's unfortunately more competent and level-headed than Joffrey, which makes him a bigger problem.
Yeah, I mean, I get that, but again, Joffrey made I love Joffrey as a villain. He is probably my top one because there's no tragic backstory or you're trying to, they're trying to make the character likable in some way. No, Joffrey is just a straight up fucking asshole, and he does evil shit because he wants to.
Yeah.
Well, I will say that there is a little bit more to the thing about it. That's mostly true of Joffrey. But part of it is also that his dad is also kind of a just depressed, disconnected piece of shit. and here's the thing. So
does he die from an infection? I forget.
Well, he dies. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, no, wait, Joffrey or his dad?
No, Joffrey died from straight up poison from this old lady.
Yes.
No,
the other. Yeah, the king got gored.
I remember.
It's just there's again they don't try to make Joffrey somewhat likable or redeemable. He's just a fucking asshole, and that's how I like my villains.
They hired him to be an asshole, and he's like, yes.
Yeah, I get that. It's like the old school Disney villains, which I love. Which is no, this dude is just evil, and he's doing it because he can.
the only thing that could be said for Joffrey is that his mom is similarly sadistic and vindictive, and his dad because of his being raised by mainly his shithead of a grandfather. Well, I'm sorry, more directly competently evil grandfather and his vindictive sadistic mother, and the fact that his brain is broken by being an incest baby. His who he believes and believed, I believe, until his death, who his father, King Robb Baratheon, he hears that people like hail his father as a great hero because Robert was an incredibly powerful warrior back in his day, and he was. And but he isn't like being taught to be a warrior, and he's not like a proper fighter. So he just thinks, well, my dad got respect for killing a bunch of people, so I'm just going to use whatever methods I can to kill anyone I want, and that will get me respect.
Yeah,
that's kind of where Joffrey comes from.
I'm trying to remember.
Again, but they don't go out of their way to like.
No, they don't.
They don't feel.
The only thing you can feel for Joffrey is, okay, this guy never had a chance.
Yeah.
I'm trying
there was no way this guy was ever going to be anything but a sadistic little monster.
Yes, and that's exactly why I love him.
I'm trying to remember.
And to be fair, and I will say, I'm sorry, I'm trying to get through this point. I will say I don't want to actually spoil the series too much. I will say for this Targaryen, this Targaryen, the one who is the problem in the series,
my brain did not shift with you, dude. I thought you were still talking about Game of Thrones. I was like, what the fuck do you mean? That thing's like 8 years old.
No. I'm talking about just A Night of the Seven Kingdoms. So the more recent series.
Yeah, that's why I stopped myself.
Yeah. So I will say about this Targaryen, the one who is the problem, and because there's a couple Targaryens, you actually have to deal with multiple. This guy, the Joffrey equivalent, they similarly don't give him like a excusable backstory, aside from like one mention of he wasn't always like this. Like there was a point in history in which this kid may have had a chance, but it's to make you like feel bad for another character, not for him. Yeah. So anyway, I'm sorry, Mizu, you had a point to say.
I was just trying to remember the line that fucking Dinklage says to him when they're being attacked by the fucking the peasants. Like, he's like, how dare these peasants attack me? And they like slaps him across the face.
Oh no, it's like you are talking to a king, and Tyrion slaps Dinklage's character, slaps him, and then says, now I have struck a king. Has my hand fallen from my wrist? It's always fun.
That's a great line.
It's a good one. So anyway, the point is that so that's part of the thing about the series is like it's kind of the smaller scale of things because it is one event over a couple days rather than like the multiple months, weeks, years that Game of Thrones takes place over. It's one, maybe like two locations and a flashback.
Yeah.
As opposed to like, but it's just really more focused down to a single character. And the main thing is the main guy is no one. Like this isn't like he's not a bastard. He's not a nobleman. He's not even a great soldier. He hasn't even been raised into the ranks of nobility like a couple of the other commoners. This guy really is some bumfuck nobody hedge knight from nowhere who has to bow and scrape for every like bit of respect he could possibly receive while everyone else he's not rubbing shoulders with the nobles. The people that he's trying to get like attention from are the guys rubbing shoulders with the nobles.
I mean,
it is a very like smaller scale, like I don't get no respect kind of guy, and it's actually it's kind of interesting to see like the lower end of the Game of Thrones, the Song of Ice and Fire universe.
Yeah, I would argue that like if you're gonna do a prequel, that's where you want to be. Because, like, prequels are hard to begin with because whatever historical lore you've already written into the original series, you kind of have to stick to.
Yeah.
So instead of, writing about the, like, lords and ladies and everyone in power, do just a guy from bumfuck nowhere that can do basically whatever and the crowd can't guess what he's going to do. Because, like, no matter what, he's not going to be in history.
Can I say something?
Sure.
I hear it precisely what you're saying. Unfortunately, the series itself has reference. Like, the characters in question have reference to themselves in Game of Thrones, like the book series and the show,
Alright.
as historical figures. So it's like he's not that now, but he's gotta be.
But he's going to be. But again, still, like, you're not locking yourself into like this lord at this time is going to do X. It's like, sure, like the dude may end up being a historical figure in the end.
Yes,
but
right now he's
the entire journey along the way is just kind of whatever you know. I will argue that it does kind of take away from. It does.
Here's the thing. They're not main. They're not like super integral to like how Game of Thrones is in like the modern day. And you really, unless you're like actually super paying attention to the lore, you wouldn't have heard about them if you're especially if you're only watching the show. But it is one of those things where it's like if you were paying attention, read the books, know what's going on, even if you haven't read this particular series, you've recognized these names.
Well, what I was going to say before I stop myself is because it is Game of Thrones and like that world, like you kind of remove the stakes from either of them dying because they are written into history at some point in time.
Sure.
Like
there is something to be expected about that.
I stopped myself because
at the same time, this is the kind of series where at least this particular show, the stakes are very rarely around them dying because he's ultimately just going to a tournament.
All right.
It's not like a big battle or anything.
Yeah,
it's like this is supposed to be knights rubbing shoulders with each other.
Well, that's also why I stopped myself because it's ultimately only 2 people, so it's not like you have a cast of like a group of 8 characters. That's they're all in history. So
I'm saying this is like focusing on the 2 characters of Dunk and Egg, but I mean, part of it is that they start to like start to meet and like rub shoulders with a bunch of other different people. It just starts out very that they're very like low on the totem pole.
Because that is one of my gripes about prequels. Is again like if they're high enough in the rank or if they're written into history, like some of the like you can't fake a death, or you can't put them on the precipice of like life and death. Because it's just kind of like people who paid attention know that like this dude has to survive.
So I will. Yes, if you were paying attention to the lore in the books or the shows, and if you like read up on more that George R. R. Martin has written, like about the history and background of Westeros, then yes, you'll recognize some characters, some names, or you'll be able to piece together some things that are supposed to happen because this is how it was said to have happened, or something that is surrounding the show. But a lot of people aren't super paying attention to that, so this is wholly new. And B, even if you weren't, the details around like what these guys would be connected to are so distant by about a century. And it's only kind of like what happened. You only really know like historical accounts of what has happened surrounding these characters long after the events of the show. So you can surmise that there are certain names here that are mentioned, and there are a couple names that are absent in the historical record that are here now. So what happened to these guys? So anyway, point is, Dunk, or his name is Duncan, or Sir Duncan, as he tries to convince people.
No, his name is Dunk. He's already made the mistake.
His name is Dunk. In fact, he introduces himself as Sir Dunk, and people keep trying to get him to introduce himself as Sir Duncan, just because it sounds a little bit better, and he keeps fucking that up. He has about nothing going for him outside of he is technically a knight because he was knighted by some aging hedge knight who he keeps trying to get people to remember, because despite him absolutely loving and respecting his master, and despite his master apparently having a long and storied career fighting for numerous lords throughout Westeros, nobody remembers who this guy is, and no one absolutely knows who Dunk is, and no one believes. It's not that they don't believe he's a knight, but they would figure him as such low ranking that he basically doesn't register.
Yeah.
So a lot of the series is just getting people to fucking remember who his master was and trying to actually get any word in edgewise from anyone who matters, just so he can participate in the tournament, just to prove himself worthy of even continuing his career as a knight, because he is basically penniless.
Yep.
There is no one around paying him to work, because who cares? Who are you? I have people fighting for me. Who's this
You're
guy?
such a no-name knight that who cares?
Sir Arlen of Pennytree? I have no idea who that was. Well, he said he took a wound for you in like the battle of we have hundreds of soldiers who took more than a wound who we forgot. So I don't know who you are to think like I was going to remember this guy. So it's very down on his luck sort of thing. He ends up, the only thing that goes well for him, quote unquote, is he ends up finding a squire in the form of a runaway kid who calls himself Egg because the kid is shaved completely bald, and who is weirdly knowledgeable about what it takes to be a squire, how do you actually go about the work, and weirdly knowledgeable of like the various kinds of knights and nobles that you see around the camp. So I wonder how he knows these things. The only thing I could really talk more about this series would like go into spoilers for like what happens and what goes on. And I really want either of you or both of you to watch it, and I especially would want like listeners to watch it if they haven't already.
You come down here, I'll fucking watch it with you.
The only thing I will say is I was getting super into the series. I was thinking to myself, this is like lower stakes than Game of Thrones is, and it's kind of intentionally so. It is a lighter. It's still Game of Thrones. It's still dark. It's still, it's like the dung ages of medieval Europe. It's lower. It's gritty. I will say that there's a major fight that happens that is one of the most realistic portrayals of like a medieval fight I've ever seen, in the sense that it's clumsy, dirty, and it seems like it sucks for everyone involved. And I'll go over more if we end up doing a full episode on this. And I was thinking this was a lighter series, not much stakes, and then something happens at the end of the second to last episode that made me drop my jaw for a moment, and then remind myself, oh, right. It's Game of fucking Thrones. Of course we're here for this. And yep. I really want to talk more about what it is, but it is easily a major spoiler for that series. And yeah. I mean, I don't want to say it. I want to talk about it, but I can't say it. It's great. And it has a bunch of fun characters to it. There's definitely some people that are getting like latched onto as not the main characters who are being latched onto by the fandom as the new boys, the new people you care about. I don't know if they'll ever show up again, because that's the kind of nature of the anthology series. Even if they do the other books for Dunk and Egg, many of these characters aren't coming back, as far as I know. This is an intensely good series. It's very tight, relatively short, but it helps the structure. I could gush about this and gush like how everything goes, what the spoilers are, certain scenes and how they relate to like the larger lore of Game of Thrones. There's some intensely well-acted scenes I would want to talk more about. It's just, I can't do any more because I don't want to spoil it. But this is a very good show, and I think more people should, I recommend more people do. Revy, you said you got in Game of Thrones, only watched a little bit, like at the end of season 7 and 8. Yeah, Mizu, how much, did you watch any or no?
Oh, God, it's weird for me, because it was all osmosis for my wife watching it over and over and over and over again. I've seen it piecemeal.
Okay. I have only seen a scattering of the episodes. I read all the books. Okay, so that's where I'm at.
You're on a constant, forever, never-ending cliffhanger, is what you're saying.
A little bit. I hope that A House of Dragon being fine and people liking it well enough, and this being excellent, gets enough people talking about A Song of Ice and Fire again that it gets George R. R. Martin back out of his funk, and he starts to actually finish Winds of Winter and Song of Summer.
I'm sorry, dude, but like I think sometime I think he is so checked out
Yeah.
that he is never going to finish those books.
He went and wrote an entire video game.
The only thing that like could change is like I think what it said is like he has written down instructions as to like how the series is supposed to end. I don't know how close it is supposed to be to the show. I hope not very close.
I think it's extremely close to the show. I think that's why he hasn't finished it.
I think and you know what? Chance for rewrites, George.
Yeah. You have the perfect example of what not to do now. You know, that's probably what happens. He's like, oh no. And then he started rewriting it and just got depressed.
Maybe that's what he's doing. Yeah, for the past several years, he's just been hitting backspace over and over again.
I heard the opposite direction as the seasons got further, and especially 7 and 8, because they did not have material, they just didn't consult him as much and kind of like did their own thing.
Yeah, I mean, that would also make sense.
Like, he's like, you know, for better and worse, like the dude's made his money, for lack of a better phrase. So like, he doesn't really have to worry about finishing the book. Plus, with how bad season 8 was, whatever enthusiasm he had for writing the series probably died for a good while. Yes, I've heard that he has written instructions for kind of like how the story's supposed to end. But at this point in time, I think like you're almost better, like you're better off almost like waiting for him to die and then somebody just releasing his idea of how the books were supposed to end. Like somebody going like, I'm not going to write this, like here's what he thought.
I'm going to spoil one joke at the end of the series.
Sure.
There is a flashback in which Dunk is talking with his old master, Sir Arlen, and Arlen stops in the middle of telling a story and like looks off into the middle distance, and the guy is so old that Dunk literally thinks he's died right there. Only for Arlen to wake up and like finish what he was saying, and then he looks right at Dunk and says, "A true knight always finishes a story." And then it feels like he looks at the camera. Like he's looking at George R. R. Martin. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that line wasn't in the book.
It probably wasn't.
Would you guys like if people went back in either live action or animated, bad endings to things and remade them?
No.
So for like example,
I'm sorry. Go ahead with your example, and then I'll say what I was going to say.
Because we get remakes in live actions of things all the time that were good.
Yeah.
I want to see something that was truly awful, truly bad, something that we liked but truly let us down at the end. Just have a remake of the things that we didn't like. That's what I want to see, but no one ever fucking does that. Everyone's oh, you love this? Let me just remake it. Looking a little bit different, but exactly the same. No, I want someone to remake the fucking shit about Star Wars I don't like. I wanted someone to remake the last season of Game of Thrones. That's the shit I want to see someone remake.
Well, part of it is like, I feel like it's almost forever tainted. Because...
I don't know.
Well, let me just give me a chance.
Yeah.
I feel like it's forever tainted because yes, that was the original ending. And no matter who goes back and gets the money to like kind of like remake a new ending, part of it feels like you're gonna write whatever the fans wanted to see to begin with. Like, you know, there's it feels like you're not gonna throw in a twist or a good twist. You're just kind of go with oh, this is what the fans wanted. So the studio only approved the story because you've done basically whatever the fans dreamed of afterwards. You don't get a chance to do any like major subversion or anything like that.
I would always be very wary of anything that's like trying to go back and fix a piece of artwork, because even if it seems like the piece of artwork was mainly just like cynically made in the first place. It was mainly just to finish out the series, like I would assume Game of Thrones season 8 was like.
Yep.
It is still ultimately a vision. It's a shitty vision, but it is ultimately a vision of someone's artwork that I think it's a slippery slope to like claim, no, we're fixing it. This is the better one with especially without involvement from the original people who created it. So
Yep.
I appreciate the sentiment of wanting to go back and redo season 8, but I think it's just frankly too late. And I think it just has to stay as is unless like the entire series is redone.
All right.
Yeah,
I respect
like,
your decisions. I think you're 100% wrong. Can I go through a few examples of what I'd like to say?
No.
Fuck
No.
you. I'm doing it anyway.
Okay, no,
The number one.
Hold on, because I'm gonna say.
No. I'm done holding on. No, you're done.
Please,
You're
please,
done.
one
Used up your hold-ons. Used up your hold-ons.
One last thing.
I'm like,
I'm
fucking
straight
God.
to this one. Like, if you
I know you're with Straid. I know. I just heard you tell me you're with Straid a lot.
yeah, like if you're going to remake something, I think you should remake it from the fucking ground up.
I have a serious
Like,
I have a serious example of what I don't think you should do with that. But continue. Finish up.
Okay, well, let me just say the one thing, which is there's a quote that I'm sure is false that Mandalore just put in one of his new videos, which is he's attributing it to Lovecraft, but it can't be, obviously, but we're going to say it.
yep.
Except in peculiar circumstances, the powers that be seek not to restore deformed games, but to embalm beloved ones, lacquering their corpses while their spirit quietly rots.
Cool.
Yeah.
Let me go through the biggest example. I'm going to go do the biggest example.
Biggest example of what? Sorry to clarify.
Yeah, like,
Biggest example of something you could have changed the last part of that let everyone down. Mass Effect. You had...
You know, here's the thing.
No, shut the fuck up! I've been interrupted too many times. Let me speak.
All right, go.
the fucking
Go. Because I think you were...
was terrible.
Let him go.
Let me cook.
No, I'm not gonna let you cook because you know where Mass Effect 3 ended for me?
I don't care.
You know where the canon for Mass Effect 3 ended for me?
Revy, come on. Let me talk.
No.
Let him talk. Let him go.
This math first.
Yeah. Oh my God. Fine. Go ahead. Go on.
Go ahead. Mass Effect 3 ended for me when fucking Shepard got hit by the laser from the Reapers on Earth.
Okay.
During the end of the game, where, you know, he's running towards the portal, and he gets clipped by a fucking Reaper laser.
Mm-hmm.
My headcanon is he fucking dies right there, and the rest of the universe is wiped.
Cool.
Like, the endings were so shit. I choose to believe he failed and died there, and everyone else died, and that is a significantly better ending.
All right, and we're out of time, so I hope you guys all have a good night.
No, say what you're saying. Say what you're going to say.
Fucking coward.
No, all right, fine. I felt like Mass Effect, especially the remaster, or even the fucking DLCs, was a great chance to fucking change the ending of that game, because you had such... Mass Effect 3 is still my favorite game of Mass Effect. Probably my favorite game of BioWare. You know, before...
like the last 5%.
Yeah. You could have just fucking added an ending to that. Like, how much would it have cost just to make a real fucking ending?
Yeah, well...
I would call that very dangerous territory, because, no, don't get me wrong, the Mass Effect 3 ending sucks, and it's still disappointing.
Yes.
I don't disagree there. But ultimately, as
somebody made a mod
as Rush cynical and kind of shitty that it was, and it seems like it was just what was it? It was like one writer was told to like put it together in like only a couple weeks.
I honestly don't know.
Yeah, like
there was some
told him to scramble the ending and do it.
There was some fuckery at the end, like behind the scenes about how that ending got written. I don't want to like say too much more because I'd probably be wrong, but there was something behind the scenes. But at the same time, it's like trying to like fully change for a remaster. if the series was remade, I agree with what Revy said, which is like you can make any changes you want if you're remaking the series from the ground up.
Like,
But if you're just doing a remaster or like a re-release, like what you're talking about, I think even with as shitty an ending as Mass Effect 3's ending was, actually changing it for something like a remaster, like completely changing the ending, not just like scrubbing up a couple things, is like creatively kind of, I don't know even how to describe it. It just feels shitty.
yeah,
Like it feels like, no, we did it better. And even if they technically did it better, it feels weird to do that to someone's artistic vision, even if that vision sucks.
exactly. So I'm going to use a perfect example, which is probably going to be a mixed feedback. Like the last 3 movies of fucking Star Wars, they had good parts, but for the most part, I hated for various reasons. It feels shitty to go to like the last episode and be like, oh yeah, we've rewritten it. Like, I would much rather you declare those like movies fucking non-canon and rewrite the thing from the ground up.
Unfortunately,
They've done it before.
It seems the Disney verse of things is the canon version now. So I think just Star Wars is done.
Well, yeah, like it's just one of those, like, I would rather people declare the Disney canon of Star Wars like non-canon, like Disney did when they bought it, and just start with basically a blank slate to like rewrite the stories.
Yeah,
because like I dislike the way that Princess Leia lived and died, or died and lived. How Han Solo died. Like, Luke Skywalker fucking died of being tired. I didn't know a Jedi could fucking die of being tired. Like,
could have been something.
Yeah. Like, my argument for Leia is, like, spoiler for a fucking, 10-year-old movie at this point, whatever.
Yeah.
Is the actress herself was already dead. During the scene where Leia gets, like, atmosphered because she was standing on the bridge and it blew up, like, just, that could have been it. You could have written an ending where she just died there. But instead, she develops force powers, magically pulls herself back into the ship, and is saved. It's like, no, just, like, you could have just left her there. That would have been a significantly better end for a character. And then Han Solo died, and I still feel nothing about that, which pisses me off to no end. It's like, how do you make a character like Han Solo die, and you feel nothing about it in the end?
Oh, well.
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah, but yeah, to the point, I just think, yeah, fully remaking something like that, if you're not doing it from the beginning.
Yeah, just remake the whole thing.
I think you can do, like, your own, if you had ideas for, like, what you would do to, like, redo an ending or, like, an aspect of a show you didn't like, I think you can just store those ideas and re-put it into something new you make.
Yeah, just, like, recycle those ideas and make a new IP. But generally, if you're going to remake something, at least remake, like, a good portion of it, just not the ending.
Yeah.
Again, like, I use Star Wars because it's so expansive. You've got 6 movies that you can build off of. And just go, these 6 are canon. Here forward, we're going to do our own thing. Like they did with, like, The Mandalore and Boba Fett and, like, the book of, Obi-Wan?
Whatever it was.
Yeah, whatever it was.
Music watched it.
Yep.
I did. It's Book of Boba Fett is...
Yeah.
Most of it's awful. It gets better when it becomes the Mandalorian show, but it's still weird.
Yeah.
I saw that one. I saw that one bit of artwork of Jabba the Hutt's son.
That's from the Mandalorian movie.
I know.
Okay.
It looks terrible.
Stinky.
It looks awful.
It
looks so stupid. It looks like you coalesce most things that are wrong with modern Star Wars into that picture.
Obi-Wan wasn't the worst, but it wasn't the best. The ending is phenomenal. Oh my fucking god, the ending for Obi-Wan is so fucking good. It's so good. Like, it's what I wanted the end of fucking episode 3 to be.
Really?
Listen, don't watch the show. I'm going to tell you right now, don't watch the show. Look up the fight scene between Obi-Wan and Darth Vader. Because, holy shit, it's good. It's actually good. It's not even that long. But you know how, like, the fight scene between Obi-Wan and Anakin, like, went on for fucking ever, and by the end of it, you're just like, oh, okay, it's over, I guess.
No, and then he screams, "I hate you," and it keeps going.
Yeah. This one was actually good. And fucking, I don't want to ruin it. Just watch it. It's actually really good. It has all 3 actors in it. I think it has all 3 actors in it. I think that was, oh god, what's Darth Vader's name? Not Anakin.
Yeah.
Darth Vader.
Oh, Hayden Christensen?
No, that's Anakin.
Oh, James Earl Jones?
Yes, I'm pretty sure it's James Earl Jones. I think he was.
Okay.
I think that's him. I have to check, but I think it's James Earl Jones, and then I think it's also Anakin.
When was that show recorded?
I don't know. I had to look it up.
Okay, well, James Earl Jones died in 2024.
Hold on. Was James Earl Jones in Obi-Wan? Yes, James Earl Jones. Yes, he was. Yes, he is. He is Darth Vader. And then when his mask breaks, he's Christensen.
Yeah, so
it's all 3 actors.
I was going to say, before James Earl Jones died, he did a lot of recordings.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, again, like, I'm mostly against the use of, like, AI especially for kind of like actors and actor content.
Oh, wait, hold on.
But what James Earl Jones did before he died is I probably was fucking ChatGPT, but he recorded a bunch of voice lines for AI so that future generations of children could know what the original Darth Vader voice was like.
Oh, I am only partly right. Yeah, Revy, you kind of hit the nail on the head. His voice was blended with AI for it.
Yeah, like
nice.
Again, like I'm not a huge fan of AI, but for things where the actors like explicitly like I am dying, and I want kind of like the OG Darth Vader to live on, and so he basically donated his voice so that it could be continued for like Darth Vader.
Yeah,
like that's kind of all right with me.
Well, yeah, if it's the person's, person's, like if they want it to be that way, but if they don't want it to be that way, is
again, like that's why I said like it's one of the few cases where like it's all right because he explicitly wanted it, and like no one else can be Darth Vader. It has to be him.
The only thing I want to say is, before we end, Christensen was always physically Darth Vader in that series.
Darth Vader was played by 3 people.
No, just 2 for this one. In the original, yes. No, in the original...
You had the guy who was physically in the suit.
Yeah.
James Earl Jones, who provided the voice.
Yeah.
And then there was another guy who did all the breathing.
Oh, yeah. I don't know who did the breathing in this one, but...
There was a separate actor who did the fucking breathing.
Wow. All right. I think we're out of time, so... Thank you for joining us. This was an interesting episode.
Yeah, it was.
So I'm not sure what's going on this next weekend, but the weekend after it, I am myself and Mizu are going to visit mutual friends.
Podcast mates.
And podcast. Well, yes, technically podcast mates. On occasion.
You want to come, Ravi?
Dude, I am painting the house still.
I got you.
so
I
no.
got you.
Sometimes, but I might
Unfortunately.
use that opportunity to wake them, all three of them, up in the middle of the night, holding a gun to their faces, and being like, "All right, sit the fuck down. We're watching Night of the Seven Kingdoms."
Jesus Christ.
I'll donate you one to make them watch it.
All right. Peace out, everyone.
It will be.
Wait,
It will be a water
next
gun.
weekend where Revy explains Time Mountain Squad and the fucking lore behind the Tiamat and Arrow series.
Bye.
I'll just have an AI of my voice just occasionally coming in and saying, "Yeah."
Come on, dude. Like you
Bye.
could hate the series, but there's actually lore behind this.
All right. Good night, everyone.